Hi, and welcome to Schoolbell Beauty. Today I'm going to do a 3-in-1 video. I'm going to do my first look with my Urban Decay Vice 2 palette. I plan on doing a series with doing nothing but looks from this palette because I think when people get palettes of this size, they're overwhelmed when they see all these colors. So I'm going to have a playlist devoted just to this palette. So this is going to go in that playlist. But I'm also going to do a fall look, and I'm going to do an ombre lip. So this is all, it's a 3-in-1 video. So I need to really get started so that we don't take up too much time. I don't want this to be an hour-long video. So let me bring you in closer. This is the eye look that I'm going to show you. So I'm going to start with using my Urban Decay Primer Potion like I always do. And just takes a tiny amount. And apply that all over my lid. All the way up to my brow. And then if there's anything left, I just gonna kind of take it underneath a little bit. Now the first color I'm going to be using, I'm going to pack on my lid space, and it is this color right here, Radar. It's a coppery brown, and it's a beautiful color. Next, I'm going to pick up a shader brush, and I'm going to go into the color Ambush, and it's right here, and this is a dark brown. It's a shimmer, and it's actually got some goldish coppery shimmer in it, and this I'm going to take right in my crease. And as you can see, a little bit of it is getting down here, and that's actually okay because I'm going to have quite a thick line underneath that will be smoked out as well, so it's not that big of a deal. And now I'm going to pick up another blending brush, and this time I'm going to go to the color Toxic, and it's this one right here, and I don't know if it's showing up true to color, but this is a very true rose gold. You won't find a truer rose gold anywhere, I don't think. Again, I'm going to knock off some color so I don't have a ton of fallout. And I'm going to take this one just a little bit above where I had put Ambush. It's getting kind of out of control. Next, I am going to do my highlighting, and I'm going to use the color Habit, and it's this one right here. And this one is a beige. It's probably maybe one shade darker than Mac's Vanilla, and maybe not quite as yellow, but it is close. And then I'm going to take the brush that I used for Toxic and just kind of wipe it off and start blending all these colors a little bit. And once again, as I've said before, when you're blending, the lighter touch, the faster the blend. Okay, now that we have that, I am going to pick up the other blending brush and I'm going to go into Smoke Out. And Smoke Out, it depends on what light you're in. Sometimes it looks like it's a very, very dark brown. Sometimes it looks like it's a charcoal. It's a very hard color to describe, but I'm going to dip into that because I want to deepen the outer portion of the corner of my eye. And I'm just lightly dipping and then knocking it off again. Alright, now I'm going to pick up just a little bit more of the Toxic, the rose gold color, because I'm losing a little bit of that with adding that darker color. I don't want any harsh lines. Now I'm going to go to the bottom line, and I'm going to start out by using Revlon Color Stay in brown just to line my lash line. Okay, and then I'm going to smudge that out. I'm just going to use my MAC 219. It's a pencil brush. The first color I'm going to pick up is Ambush. That's the darker one of the browns. Halfway. And then I'm going to go to Radar. Radar's not going down quite as far because, again, I want to thicken it more as I go out. Okay, and then I'm going to wipe this brush off, this Real Techniques liner brush, and I'm going to go into the color Dope, which is a pinkish, it's a pinkish beige tone. It's a satin color. It's really not that much of a shimmer, but I'm going to run this around my tear duct to kind of help my eyes look like they're a little bit open, because this is, I'm putting a lot of darker colors on, and I'm also going to be using a very, very dark, well, two very dark, and I've already lost it on this one, so let me add it, red lipsticks. So it's going to be a very actually intense look. It's going to have all this and then banging red ombre lips. So that's all as far as the eyeshadow. Next I'm going to do my eyeliner, and I'm going to use my favorite when I'm going back to my NYX Collection Noir Black Liquid Liner. That's the one that has the tiny little brush, and I am going to run it thicker than what I generally do because I'm wearing lashes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the camera and let this dry. I am going to use that color Smoke Out to pack on top of it. I'm going to put my lashes on, and then I'm going to come back for the ombre lip portion of this video. Be right back. And then once it's dried, then we are ready to go ahead and start the process of our ombre lip. It's still just a tiny bit tacky, but only on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and line, and I'm going to use Revlon Color Stay in Wine. Now, many people that do the ombre lip don't line, and I just want to do it because I feel like it's that extra little step for protection, because this is a color stay and it truly does help to keep colors from bleeding. So this and my lip insurance primer are going to really reassure me that when I step out that door, if I go shopping or I go to dinner or whatever, I'm not going to end up with little red or, you know, wine colored lines running up my face, which would be so unattractive. So I'm going to go ahead and line. Now I do have both the Urban Decay Primer Potion and that lip primer here that I'm using, and I'm going to do a product comparison of the two soon, so be watching for that. Now, one thing when you're wearing a dark lip color, you need to line and put lipstick in the corners all the way in. Now, if I were wearing a lighter color, what I did there with the liner, that would be fine, but we're not doing a light color, we're doing a very dark color, so it really needs to be all the way in. Otherwise it looks really funky when you start talking. Now I'm going to start with my light color first, and I'm just going to go ahead and spread it on right out of the tube like I normally would. And I'm going to use NYX Matte Pure Red. And I feel like I want to do a matte color because I'm going for longevity. I'm going for date night, or, you know, an occasion where possibly I might be eating or drinking, or so matte is what I'm going for. And you don't have to get this all the way down to your lip liner. It does not matter because we're doing ombre. So just get some on as messy as you want to, because that part is really not that important. As long as you got it close enough to the line, that's all that matters. The next color that I'm going to be using is, it's a Revlon Color Stay, and the color is Divine Port Wine, and I'm not sure if they still have this. I don't even know if they still have this kind of color stay available. So if they don't, I'm sorry guys, but all you have to do is just find a color that's similar to this one. Now I'm going to use a lip brush for this portion because it's going to give me more control, and it's going to spread it exactly where I'm wanting to put it. My lip brush has little tiny hairs that are sticking out on the side. That's quite alright. And with this being a color stay and being the color on the outside, that gives me additional security. Now in the corners, I'm going to make sure that I take it at least a quarter of an inch in from each corner of my mouth on the top and the bottom. And if you get outside the line, don't worry too much about that, because actually going back and going around the edges with a concealer really makes this look really crisp. Okay, and there is our ombre lip. Let me put the cap back on this and pull you in so that you can see better. Okay, so there is your completed 3-in-1 fall look, ombre lip, and Urban Decay Vice Palette look number 1. I hope you guys got a lot of information out of this video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and please comment, rate, and subscribe. It would mean so much to me. Thank you so much for your time. This is Terry with Schoolbell Beauty, and I'll see you next time. Bye.